Hello there, this is James again from Eternal Computing. For those of you that watched the first video, I just want to welcome you back. This is the second video in our installment, and today we're going to pretty much follow on from where we left off last week. I know last week we showed you a program called CCleaner, so this week we're going to show you the Windows version, just in case you can't download anything or not, or maybe just a bit afraid of downloading the program off the internet. So Windows version can be found in, if you follow the directions here, so it's Windows button, then you want to press All Programs. You want to look for the folder here that says Accessories. Once you're in this section, you want to find the next folder that says System Tools. Now, there is a lot of things in here, as you can clearly see, but you don't need to touch any of them just yet. I will show you how to use them later on in videos. What you're looking for is this little program here called Disk Cleanup, with the picture of a disk drive and a lovely little brush. So here we are. Now, you notice this time, rather than having to select the drives manually, all we've got to do is find them here. So I've got 4 here, you'll only have the one probably, which will just have the little Windows icon there. Yours might say C though. So what I'll do is once you select the one you want, you're going to press OK. Now this might take a bit of time to load, mainly because it just tries to find a little bit more. Like we have with CCleaner, what it's trying to do is just analyse the disks, and it's trying to find all the memory it can save us. As you might notice on mine, there shouldn't be too much this week because we did the little cleanup last week. And just a little heads up what we're going to look at next, because I know you might get a bit bored of these cleanup routines here, is I'm going to run a program called a Windows Defrag, I believe it's called. I'm just going to double check that for you. What this basically does is it takes a look at your hard drive, and what it likes to do is it likes to fragment all your files back together again. And basically what happens, well, defragment I should say, actually, I'm losing my words today. Basically what happens is you install a program onto your computer, and you uninstall it again. And you install something else. Well, basically what happens is that file might be split up over in a few different places, which means it's take a while for your computer to load it, which you might notice over time. So all you've got to do is run a disk defragment, and that'll bring it all together, reduce loading times, it's nice and easy. Alright, here we go. We're back into the disk cleanup now. As you can see, lovely little window here has just popped up showing me what can be removed, with little file sizes next to it. As you see at the moment, there's only 2 of the folders that are ticked. Now, I would recommend just ticking them all as you go through. Again, it will do them permanently, but nothing will be system critical, so you don't have to worry about it all. You might not have the exact same things here, but you will have recycle bin and stuff like temporary internet files and offline web pages. So once you tick them all, we're going to click OK and delete files. Again, it's going to load through it like it did on CCleaner. This shouldn't take too long either. And as you can see, it's almost finished now. So, a bit slower than CCleaner was, but it still works, and it's all there for you. So, as promised, I'm now going to show you the lovely Windows Defragmenter. So again, you go to Start, All Programs, and Accessories. System Tools again, and this time you want to click this one, just underneath Disk Cleanup. Now as this loads, again, we have the choice of hard drives. By now you should know which ones to pick, so that's what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to pick this one here, only because you can clearly see it's 1% fragmented already, which means I might be showing you a little progress on that. But again, you've got the 2 options. So if you're never too sure how much needs to be defragged, as we call it in the computer world, just run a quick analyze, which I'm going to do here by clicking this button. What this will basically does is to take a look at your hard drive, check for any fragments of files, programs, folders, anything that you can think of, and it'll give you a nice little percentage of how much you need to actually do. Depending on the percentage, it depends on the time it might take. So I would recommend doing this only if you've got maybe a few hours to spare, or you're not going to use your computer for a good 4 or 5 hours. But luckily enough, after you've done it the first time, it'll only take 20 minutes, maybe an hour at max, and that's if you keep it up to it on a regular basis. I would recommend doing this once a week. Maybe going for your Sunday dinner with your family, you know, you're maybe going to be out for a few hours. Just run all these, your disk cleanup that we've been showing you with CCleaner and Windows disk cleanup, this Defragmenter maybe, or maybe another one which I'm about to show in a minute called Defraggler. It's a bit more visually pleasing, so you can actually see what it's doing, which gives you a nice little run through. So whilst this is this is actually analysing, not downloading at all, I'm going to show you the next program we're going to look at, which, as I've already mentioned, is called Defraggler. It's also released by the same people that made CCleaner. So we're actually going to do a quick Google search today. There we go. So here's our Google search for Defraggler. We're going to click on the top link there, and we're going to click download. This will take us back to File Hippo if you click on the right link there, or the bottom one if you want. It's up to you. I'm going to do it from Piriform because this is this website, so I won't have to go for anything else. And you're just going to click start download. So you can see another quick download from this company. That's why we love them. Nice, quick and easy, and to be fair, one of the best applications you can use in the market. And for some reason it's decided to download too. Lovely. Right, so we're going to install that quickly whilst we're waiting for the other one in the background. Again, you want to be in English, just want to click next. If you want to read through that, you can do. It's quite boring, and it's basics of everything that you read these days. Again, you've got little tick boxes here like we had last time. I would recommend leaving all these ticked, so that's what I'm going to do. Again, as you can see, just like CCleaner, it's a very quick install, very nice and easy, not too much to read and not too much hassle at all. Let's check how this is going. So we're only 25% analysed, which is quite long, so we'll minimise that for now. At this point, just untick the release notes unless you want to read them all, and click Finish. Alright, so automatically now, you can see a major difference between the Windows Defragment program and this one here. Now, as you can see, we've got a nice, lovely little pie chart here that shows you how full your hard drive is. As you can see from here, mine is very full. It shows you health of your hard disks as well, which is very handy. You can get a bit more in-depth knowledge there. This might not mean a lot to you guys. I mean, for this part, you don't really need to pay too much attention to at the moment. You should make sure the temperatures are alright. Anything, as soon as it hits amber or red, you got an error somewhere, you need to get a new fan installed, or maybe just de-dust your computer. Which I will show you how you can actually clean out your computer at a later point. So what I'm going to do is going to go back to drive D. I say this time we're going to choose this disk. And what we're going to do for this time is going to click Analyze. And I'm going to show you how quickly this does it in comparison to the Windows one. So here we go. Bearing in mind, here's the Windows one, still doing disk D, and we're only 41%. And look, automatically that analysis has been complete, as we can see just there. So automatically that's taken seconds in comparison. Now you might be thinking, because there's not a lot on there, so we're going to show on the exact same hard drive. Let's analyse that. Now, as you can see, it's getting ready to do all its work, and it's getting ready just to read through things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to minimise this one for now, because this is taking a lot longer. I'm going to leave it open for a second just so you can see the difference, especially in the speeds there with the analyze, and you can see here I'm almost beating Windows already. No, gone past it. And this will just show all the files it's found maybe so far, and it's searching through. And what you want to pay attention to, people, is this section here. As you see, loads of lovely different colours. Now, this might not mean a lot to you at the moment, but very soon it will, especially when we start the defragmentation process. Right, as you can see, 9%. And what we're going to do now is we are going to hit defrag. This might come up if you've got as much space taken up as I do. Just click yes. It might run slow for you, but not much of an issue. Now, remember what I mentioned earlier? The little drive map here that shows you all the different lovely little colours you can find? When this finishes doing the last bit of analysing and finding all the files, what you'll be able to do is look here, and you'll be able to match the colours to what you see on the screen. So there you go, file's been read, all the yellow ones that might be flashing across. We've got all the little red ones here for the fragmentations, and all the blue ones which show perfectly fine. And the yellow ones which are page files. Don't worry about the page files, all we're focusing on is all the red little blocks. Now by the end of this, you will notice that as it goes through, it'll make into nice little lines, it'll bring them together, and you can even sit there and watch the progress, and at least you know it's actually doing something. And that won't take too long. It'll be nice and easy, nice and quick, and be over in seconds. And once that's done, all you've got to do is click close. Now, if you're worried about it taking too long and you want to go out and you don't want to sit there watching it, you can pause this one here by clicking the pause button, which doesn't affect you at all. I would recommend, whilst you are doing a defrag, not to actually run any programs in the background like I am at the moment, because it will slow it down, and it doesn't mean it gets everything out of the way. So, I'm going to stop this one now, and we're going to carry on looking at this Windows one. Now you can see, we might actually see something very soon. It's getting closer there. I'd just like to take this time to remind you all that Untitled Computing will start doing videos on request. So if any of you out there have any questions about something that's running on your computer, I mean, that can be anything from how do I do my emails, how can I set up Outlook to send an email, or just how to maybe improve a little bit more performance in your computer. If you've got a question and you want it answered in a video or a nice little text file, send us an email. just go to our website, which is www.eternalcomputing.com, which can be found here. You will be able to find the web address at the bottom of the video description, and you can even go to our page on YouTube and leave a request there, and I promise you that we will get you a video out that will clearly explain what you need to do, will help you understand, and if you still have any more questions after that, you can ring us, you can send us another email, and we'll sit there and we'll work through it with you. Also, as you might be able to see now on a different note, it's actually finished analysing. It's a lovely little thing there. So what we need to do this time again is click Defragment Disk. Now what you'll notice this time is we don't have any visual aids, which means you have no idea what's going on, but it will still do the same job. It's not as good. If you notice, it only found 2% of fragmentation compared to Defraggler. So now that you can see that's running there for you and it's doing all the work, I'm going to close that now. And I'm actually going to recommend that over the Windows tools you do actually use CCleaner and use Defraggler, mainly because that's what Eternal Computing uses and all the computers we find and using ourselves. It's one of our most recommended software we can give you. And you'd actually be amazed that when you take your computer into a computer shop, this is one of the services that they will do for you, and they will charge you an absolute fortune. Which, quite frankly, to our standards at Eternal Computing is ridiculous, and we're here to make sure that doesn't happen. So, I just want to thank you all for watching. Don't forget, any comments or requests you want us to do, send us an email, leave us a message, or anything else you want to do. We are available, as you can see on our webpage here, on Google+, Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. So if you want to come follow us on a social network to learn what the latest videos are out, simply follow us. You'll learn what the latest videos are out, you'll get all the latest information, you'll even get some inside gossip on what we're doing in the business to make things better for you guys as the customers, what we're doing to help bring more community focused, and a lot more that's coming out soon. So once again, thank you for following Untitled Computing.